Hello dear students, welcome back to my science class. Today I'm going to continue with the chapter respiration in organisms. In our previous video already we have discussed about respiration in human. If you have missed that video you can get the link in our description box. You are watching the channel Learn Science with Munmun ma'am. Today we are going to discuss about breathing in other organisms. So let's jump into it. Breathing in cockroach. Cockroach is a terrestrial organism found in damp areas. It is an omnivorous insect feeding on food grains, cereals and other animals. They can consume any organic matter. The respiratory system of cockroach is a network of trachea known as tracheal system. They respire through the small opening called spiracles. These openings are regulated by muscular sphincters. They breathe in oxygen-rich air through the spiracles, which opens into tracheal tubes. The tracheal tubes are the network of air tubes meant for the smooth exchange of gases. These are found only in insects. The air then rushes towards the tracheal tubes and then diffuses into the different body tissues and cells. The trachea is then subdivided into thinner tube called tracheoles. The air rich in carbon dioxide then rushes towards the tracheal tube and then finally exhaled out through the spiracles. So what is happening throughout the body of the cockroach? There are minute opening called spiracle which leads to the tracheal tube. That is for quick and easy exchange of gases in cockroaches. From tracheal tube, oxygen is diffuses all over the body tissues and cells of the cockroaches. The oxygen is used up, carbon dioxide again sent into the tracheal tube, from the tracheal tube through spiracles it expelled out. That is how breathing takes place in cockroach. Does the structure look like spiracle, trachea? Okay. Breathing in earthworm. Earthworms do not have lungs. They breathe through their skin. Oxygen and carbon dioxide pass through the earthworm skin by diffusion. Simple exchange of gases takes place in their body. For diffusion to occur, earthworm skin must be kept moist. Body fluid and mucus is released to keep its skin moist all the time. Earthworms therefore need to be in damp or moist soil. This is one reason why they usually surface at night when it is possibly cooler and the evaporating potential of the air is low. Because as evaporation takes place, they might not able to survive. That's why they always need to keep their skin moist so that it will help in easy exchange of gases. Interestingly, frogs also can use their skin to breathe. Although frogs have a pair of lungs to perform respiration, they often breathe through their skin. See, I breathe through my skin as long as it stays wet. That is why continuously by body fluid and mucus they keep their skin moist all the time. Breathing under water. Some organisms live in water and are called aquatic animals. This you know. They have special features which enable them to breathe in water. Like all other animals, aquatic animals need oxygen to breathe. The obtained oxygen dissolve in water. Lungs are good for terrestrial organisms, but for purely aquatic organisms, they are not very useful. So what we have gathered that aquatic organism, they need to take oxygen that is dissolved in water. But lung cannot help in this process. Lung cannot help them to take oxygen that is dissolved in water. So they have to use some other mechanism. Look at the picture. Inhalation and exhalation by a fish. You might have seen that fishes are continuously open and close their mouth, right? That is, while inhalation, oxygen-rich water is forced into the gill and it is sucked up. Just see, through the opened mouth, they take oxygen. Okay, oxygen is entering into their body. Exhalation, oxygen deficient water leaves the gills. It is pushed out. See, carbon dioxide rich air is pushed out through the gills. So you can see, for exchange of gases, fishes continuously open and close their mouth. Breathing underwater continues. Fishes are aquatic organisms. They have special organ called gill that help in breathing. Gills are feathery organs projected out of their skin, richly supplied with blood vessels, and are covered with gill slits. The fish take water through their mouth and forces carbon dioxide out of the gills. During this process, the oxygen is absorbed and diffused into the blood vessels. You already know that gills are richly supplied with blood vessels and is transported to different parts of the cells of the body. Unlike fish, however, organisms like whale and dolphin, they swim to the water surface to breathe since they are mammal, just like humans. Humans are also mammal, they are also mammal. They are also warm-blooded animals and give birth to younger ones. They do not lay egg. Okay, so dolphins and whales, as they are mammals, they cannot take oxygen through gills. So they have blowholes at the top of their head through which they breathe. Another interesting information, the rate of breathing in water is more than that of the land. Why? This is because the amount of oxygen present in water is pretty less when compared to that outside. So definitely aquatic organism has to breathe more in order to get more oxygen. Next, respiration in plants. Plants also take in oxygen from air and give out carbon dioxide. Children note it, during respiration, plants do take oxygen and release carbon dioxide, unlike photosynthesis. This oxygen is used in the cells to break down glucose into carbon dioxide and water and release energy. We already have read the equation of respiration. The leaves have tiny pores called stomata, which helps in the exchange of gases. The root hair also helps to take air from the soil. That is why soil is porous and we have to sometimes plow the soil in order to make it porous so that root also can get necessary oxygen for respiration. Take a look. That leaf is taking oxygen, releasing carbon dioxide, you know, that is through stomata. And root is taking oxygen and releasing carbon dioxide through root hair. So plants also do respiration, and during the time of respiration they do take oxygen and release carbon dioxide. Thank you.